dialysis and kidney transplant. Pagka ang ating kidney lose about 85 to 90% of their function, hindi na ho nila magagawa yung kanilang mga dapat na function. So, they can no longer remove waste product and excess fluid. So, hindi na ho ito makapagtatanggal ng dumi. Hindi na rin ho ito makapagbabalance ng electrolytes like sodium and potassium. Hindi na rin ho ito makakapag-regulate ng blood pressure properly. And hindi na rin ho makakapag-produce ng tamang hormones for red blood cell production and bone health. Kaya ho, pagka ho mataas na ang creatinine, nag-a-anemic na ho ang pasyente because hindi na ho makapag-produce ng tamang hormones or red blood cell production. So, isa ho ang kidney sa organ na nagpo-produce ng pulang dugo. And without treatment, yung toxins ho magbi-build up sa blood. Kaya kahit sabihin ng pasyenteng ayokong magpa-dialysis, mapipilitan ho sila kasi pagka sobra na ho yung toxins, magsusuka na ho ang pasyente, leading to uremia, pagkalaso ng dugo, magmamanas, fluid overload, sisira ang puso, and even death. Now, ang dialysis, ito ho ay isang artificial process na gumagampan sa dapat na trabaho ng ating kidney. So, since the kidney failed, so it is the artificial process ang ginagawa para sumala ng dugo. At dalawang klase ho ito, hemodialysis and peritoneal dialysis. Now, but pinaka-common ho, hemodialysis pa rin ang ginagawa ng mga pasyente. So yung blood ho pinapump into a machine na ang tawag ho ay dialyzer or artificial kidney. Tinatanggal niya ho yung waste and excess fluids and babalik ho ito sa malinis na blood. Ibabalik ho nito yung malinis na blood to the body after i-filter. And it's usually done 3 times a week for 3 to 5 hours per session. And it requires vascular access. Kailangan ho ng AV fistula, graft, or catheter. Ang peritoneal dialysis po uses the peritoneum as a filter. And dialysate fluid goes into the abdomen, absorb waste, then drains out. And it can be done manually or by machine at night. And pero mas marami pa rin ho sa hemodialysis. Yung iba ho kasi takot maggawa ng peritoneal dialysis. And of course, dialysis is a life-saving protocol for patient who cannot get a transplant immediately. And ayun na nga ho, yung sa peritoneal, it can be done at home and flexible ho ito sa pasyente na kailangan po ito. No? Ang kidney transplant ho means surgically placing a healthy kidney from a living or deceased donor into the patient. No? So, yung failed kidney ho are usually left in the place, so andun lang ho yun, unless they are infected, cancerous, or causing problem ko. Pero kung hindi naman ho, andun lang ho yun sa dati niyang pwesto at yung bagong kidney is placed in the lower abdomen and attached to the blood vessel and bladder. Ang pros ng transplant, of course, it offers better quality of life than dialysis, more freedom with diet and fluids, longer survival rates, of course, compared to lifelong dialysis, and normal or near normal kidney function. Now, ang cons po doon is, ito ho ang hindi alam ng pasyente, na pag nagpa-kidney transplant ho siya, it will require a lifelong pagtitake ng immunosuppressive drugs to prevent rejection, which increases the risk of infection and cancer risk sa mga pasyente. And ang pinaka number 1 na hong kalaban sa immunosuppression is what? Pneumonia. Karamihan ho sa mga pasyente kay cancer, kay na-chemo or whatsoever, ang ikinamamatay ho, hindi naman yung cancer, kung hindi yung opportunistic infection which is pneumonia na naghihintay lang ho yan na bumagsak ang immune system ng pasyente para ho siya maka-penetrate on the body of the patient. And hindi rin ho eligible ang lahat, no, for kidney transplant. Depende ho sa health, age, and comorbidities. Meron din ho pating donor organ shortage, means mahaba ho ang waiting list. Minsan ho, pag dumating naman sa list mo, hindi kayo compatible. So marami hong problema, no? And the risk of rejection, of course. Minsan, no, ando doon na, ni-reject naman after 3 to 5 years. And surgical complication. Karamihan ho kasi ang end result, kidney transplant, if possible. Studies show na ang mga pasyente who get a transplant live longer, mas nabubuhay ho ng matagal, and have a better quality of life than those who remain on dialysis. And ang reality ho, not everyone also nagpa-qualify for transplant, or not everyone finds a donor. Now, isa ho sa pinaka-importanting point sa dinadialysis or sa may CKD is to control other health problem. Yung root cause ho kung bakit nasira ang kidney nila should be addressed. And the two most common cause is diabetes, number 1, and secondary hypertension. Now, kadalasan ho kasi pag napupunta sa nephrologist ang pasyente, mataas na ang creatinine, doon na lamang ho nakafocus sa kidney. And never about, hindi na ho nila pinapakialaman yung diabetes and hypertension na uncontrolled ng pasyente. It should not be because patuloy hong magdi-deteriorate yung kidney ng pasyente if the root cause na nakasira sa kidney ay hindi ho i-address. So kahit ho anong dialysis mo dyan, kung patuloy hong sinisira ng diabetes and hypertension ang inyong kidney, mauubos ho yung remaining part of the kidney that is intact, no? Hanggang sa mag-totally shutdown na ho ang pasyente. So, pag nag-positive ho kasi, pag tumaas ho ang creatinine ninyo, ibig sabihin 75% or more of your kidney is already damaged. So may ilang porsyento pa ho, 25% or less ang ayos. But pag hindi niyo ho in-address ang root cause, which is diabetes and high blood, patuloy pa hong mauubos itong 25% na ito. Leading to what? Shutdown na ho. Kahit na mag-dialysis kayo, wala na rin pong mangyayari because 100% of the kidney is already damaged. And bago ho dumating sa puntong yun, ayan, pinaghahandaan na ho ng pasyente ang kidney transplant. But as we have said, ang masakit ho doon, yung after 3 to 5 years, nireject din yung kidney mo. Number 2, patuloy ho sa pag-deteriorate ang kidney kung hindi ho maa-address yung root cause. And yung pag-inom ho ng immunosuppressive drug is lifetime. So, lagi ho kayong very prone to infection at ang nakakatakot ho talaga doon is pneumonia, which is deadly. And eto pa ho, no, kailangan ho talaga na-address ang root cause. Why? Kahit ilang beses ho kayo i-kidney transplant, kung yung root cause, which is halimbawa diabetes and hypertension, hindi ho na-address, sisirain niya ho uli yung bago niyong kidney transplant. Kaya 2-3 beses kayo magpa-kidney transplant, hanggat hindi nyo ho naaayos ang diabetes and hypertension, masisira pa rin ho ang bago ninyong kidney. Ang dialysis, so, as we know, do not treat or repair the damaged kidney, but it only replaces some of their work, removing waste, excess fluid, balancing electrolytes, and of course, kailangan ho yung underlying cause ng kidney failure like diabetes, hypertension, autoimmune disease, often continues to damage the kidney if not fully controlled. At kadalasan ho, yung mga pasyente may merong residual urine, residual kidney function at the start of dialysis. Ang dialysis doesn't stop the disease, it only buys time by cleaning the blood. And if there is any residual kidney function, of course, it is important to protect blood pressure and diabetes. Ito ho yung mga cause ng pagkasira ng kidney. Avoid NSAID or nephrotoxic drugs. Kailangan ho, you stay hydrated appropriately. But kadalasan ho, sa katagalan ho, nagiging anuric na ho ang pasyente. Ibig sabihin, wala na hong ihi. Kahit na along the way, inalagaan ho siya sa dialysis. Kasi mauubos nga ho yung part ng kidney that is still okay. Because you did not address the root cause of the problem. And excited ho tayo to share an innovative natural therapy na makatutulong po sa mga taong suffering from CKD, regain hope and support. And this is PRP, platelet-rich plasma. As we all know, ang kidney ho loses their ability to filter toxin and waste from the blood. And traditional treatments tulad ng dialysis and kidney transplant, they are life-saving, but they do not repair or they do not regenerate the damaged kidney tissues. So yun ho ang kaibahan. So this is a breakthrough, calling all patient na mataas ho ang creatinine for dialysis at dinadialysis na po and for kidney transplant. So, ito ho ang PRP, no? So, a powerful concentrate taken from your own blood, so sa sarili niyong blood. The blood is drawn at ipaprocess ho ito to separate the serum and the red blood cell. Then, ayun ho, ang ibabalik ho sa inyo is the serum. At yung serum ho yun contain platelets that contain natural healing proteins and cytokines na nakaka-reduce ng local inflammation. Ito pa ho, nakaka-stimulate ng tissue regeneration and healing at the cellular level. So, the smallest unit of the body is what? Cells. So, cellular level. So, mai-slow down ho yung further damage ng nephrons at nakaka-support ng better blood flow and microcirculation. So, ano pa ho ang hahanapin ninyo? So, ginagawa ho natin ito sa clinic at ito hong PRP or platelet-rich plasma is 100% autologous kasi ho galing din ho ito sa inyo. So, wala hong danger ng anaphylaxis or allergy. It is from your own blood and it is safe and it is natural. Wala hong synthetic chemicals. At so far ho, wala pa ho kaming na-encounter o alam na any side effect of PRP. And ito ho PRP can be used as a complementary approach alongside your current medical management. Whether kayo ho ay dinadialysis or kayo ay nasa pre-transplant care. No? So, kailangan nyo ho ang dialysis, it is because kailangan ho i-clean yung blood ninyo. So, it is to control and suppress. But your PRP will work on the cell repair, cell regeneration, and tissue healing. So, ang PRP ho, magwo-work naman sa cure for your kidney. So, ang dami na namin hong pasyente na in 10 days to 20 days time ho, talaga hong laki ng in-improve ng kanilang kulay, na wala ho yung pagkasalaw color, lumakas, bumabaho ang creatinine. So, wake up call sa lahat po ng taong mataas ang creatinine or dialysis or dinadialysis na ho kayo. Andito ho ang ating PRP, platelet-rich plasma. So, cell repair ho and cell regenerate yung inyong damaged kidney. Plus, it will also address the root cause of the problem, which is commonly diabetes and hypertension. No? So, kahit po mag-dialysis kayo lifetime, hindi ho makakure ang inyong damaged kidney. But instead, patuloy pa rin ho yan sa deterioration because commonly, hindi rin ho controlled ang sugar at BP ng pasyente. Hanggang sa dumating ho kayo sa punto na 100% damage na ho and total shutdown na ho ang kidney ninyo. So, hindi na rin ho kayo kakayanin sa dialysis. And hindi rin ho ganun kabilis o possible magpa-transplant. Bukod ho sa hindi ho madaling maghanap ng donor, yun ho ay kung magiging compatible pa ho yan sa pasyenteng paglalagyan. So please, do not wait until your kidney is 100% damaged or shut down. Lahat ho ng nagdadialysis, papunta ho yan sa total shutdown. So, wag nyo na hong hintayin na kayo ay makarating sa point ng kidney transplant. Andi dito lamang ho ang PRP or platelet-rich plasma that can help you do cell repair, cell regeneration, and tissue healing. So, lahat po ng mataas ang creatinine, dinadialysis, please come to our clinic. And this is a wake-up call. And isa